10 ways to prepare your cat and you for vet visits. It's Shani, certified feline training and behavior specialist with Wild at Heart. And let's make this very stressful thing a little less stressful. 1, desensitizing your cat to the carrier. And that does not mean that you're going to place your cat in their carrier and lock them inside. You simply make the carrier part of your home. You take the door off, you put a comfy bed or blanket inside, and then you completely cover the carrier with a pillowcase or a blanket. You can even put treats in there, catnip or silver vine, but it just allows cats to inspect the carrier on their own, and it often is a really comfy and safe hide place. 2, find the right vet and ask the right questions. When you are looking for a new vet, you need to ask very specific questions. Even if you already have a vet, you need to ask them, how do you handle cats during medical procedures? They should be using fear-free methods, and they absolutely should not be scruffing or restraining your cat. It's okay to advocate for these things, and it's also okay to request that you stay with your cat the entire time. 3, if you have them, have your previous medical records. Also, have your questions ready. What do you want done during this vet visit, and what do you not want done? 4, avoid unnecessary medical procedures or vaccines. Do your research and come prepared. Sometimes veterinarians will make us feel bad if we don't want to do a full dental on our cat, for example, or we don't want to do specific vaccines. It is absolutely in your right to say no and to also get a second opinion. 5, look into some medication that might just take the edge off of a very anxious cat. A medication like gabapentin that's given about 2 to 2.5 hours before the vet visit can greatly decrease the stress and anxiety of your cat. 6, know your cat's triggers. If you know for a fact that your cat does not like to be touched in a specific area, let your vet know in advance. 7, if you and or your cat is extremely nervous about this appointment, let them know. Tell the vet staff that you are feeling really anxious or nervous. Oftentimes, they are just on autopilot. They are seeing client after client. Letting them know that you and or your cat is nervous just gives them an opportunity to be just a little bit more mindful. And remember, you have every right to say no or to stop. If you see that your cat is really anxious and not doing well during the exam, you can say, hey, I think my cat needs a break right now. 8, and this is what is most difficult for me personally, is watch your own anxiety and try to stay calm. Our cats read our emotions often better than we do. So if you are feeling really nervous, really try to keep that in check. And again, this is the one thing that I really struggle with. And if you have a partner that is going to be more calm or better during this appointment, I encourage you to bring them with you. 9, set up the carrier in the most effective way. I really like to have not only a comfy bed in the carrier, I like to have a piece of my clothing in the carrier because my cat is most attached to me, and I think that brings her a lot of comfort. Some cats will eat treats while they're in the carrier and make sure the carrier is completely covered for transport. And also bring some tangible reinforcement, right? So bring a high value treat. Now, some cats are just gonna be so nervous, they are just not gonna wanna eat anything. That's my cat, for example. But there are some cats that are really, really treat motivated, and you can use that high value reinforcement during the entire examination. And again, advocate for yourself and advocate for your cat. Request that they are able to get that treat through the entire examination, not just at the end. And 10, offer a recovery space for your cat that is quiet, calm, and cozy. This space should have everything they need: food, water, litter boxes, and appropriate hide places. When they come home from the vet, you just want to open the carrier. You don't want to force them out of the carrier. Open the carrier, let them come out when they're ready, and offer them a high value meal, especially if your cat had to fast for a procedure, for example. And remember, every cat is different. There might be some cats that come home and they're like, well, that sucked, but I'm totally fine now. I want to come out of this room. There's other cats that might hide, and it's okay to allow cats to hide or just lean into whatever it is they need. And if your cat got a vaccine or some sort of medical procedure, you do want to monitor them and make sure they don't have any adverse reactions. It is quite common when cats come home from the vet, they don't want to eat, and often they might even have diarrhea or even blood in their stool. And it's okay to call your vet and ask about that. But I just want to warn that when my cat goes to the vet, which is rare because we do have a home vet, she does have diarrhea for 1 to 2 days after because it's just so stressful. Of course, if your cat is not eating and has excessive diarrhea, yes, I would immediately call your vet and let them know what's going on and see what kind of advice they're going to give. Listen, statistically, a lot of cat guardians don't take their cats to the vet because it's so stressful, right? But it is required that your cat see the vet at least once a year. Even the young cats, because so much can change quite quickly. If your cat is a senior cat or geriatric, they might need to see the vet more often. Into home vets. I have a home vet. So a vet tech comes to my house once a month, gives Sweet Pea her monthly injections. We also have a vet that can come and take her blood. Obviously, if she needs x-rays or any sort of medical procedures, she will need to go to the office. But oh my gosh, having a home vet has been life-changing for Sweet Pea and for me. If you are 10 out of 10, always Team Cat, you should follow me. I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Wild at Heart Cats. If you need one-on-one assistance with your cat's behaviors, you can hire me. Just check my website, wildatheartcats.com.